me to be on this dais and take you through a very brief 10-minute workshop. I have my team who will be supporting me with some real-time couple of sample projects. So as you can see, we are going to talk about robotics, AI, coding and 3D classes. Very brief about what we are. Pioneers in robotics, AI and emerging technology, 100 plus labs, curriculum aligned with NEP 2020. We talk a lot about NEP. First of all, we need to know what is the structure of NEP, National Education Policy. We also have to keep in mind that National Education Policy last got changed in 1980s. So in 40 years, there hasn't been any kind of understanding that there need to be a change in it. So eventually in 2020 it happened. Finally, we are talking about empowering K-12 schools with future-ready skills. How do we do it? Before doing it, let us focus a little bit on the concerned areas. Hands-on exposure. This is something which is very, very critical. Just by sitting and listening to me is not going to help you, right? Excuse me, can somebody just get that background noise reduced? It's going to eat up my time, which is 47. Okay, following what my actions are saying. They are not listening, right? So the vice versa is also happening. Here also I'm trying to get your attention onto the same thing. Second, I'm talking about teacher training model. AI is going into such length, at such depth, that everything is getting impacted into it. Next, we are talking about regularization of classes without offending anyone. There are situations where the teachers are not there in the scheduled period. So what do we do? So we are talking about continuous classes. In-house robotic teaching, right? In-house is something where we are talking about specialization in terms of knowledge transfer. Just having the technical knowledge is not enough. You need to know how to transfer it. What do we do? Very simply, we become the 360-degree solution provider for you. We do the lab setup for you, right? We do right from the scratch till the finish. The last 3 pointers are the most important 3 things: customized kits, dedicated faculty, and detailed curriculum. So the curriculum part, we have the superset of the curriculum where ICSE, CBSE or state boards can come into picture, right? The only 3 things that we are talking about is the space, electricity and internet from the school. Now what are the 4 major fundamentals that we are talking about? 4 major subjects: mechanics, electronics, artificial intelligence, coding and 3D designing. Now all 4 combined gives the complete exposure to the student what happens to their career. Why it is required, you will come to know. These are some of the kits, some of the platforms that we are talking about: mechanics, AI, 3D, we are talking about electronics, we are talking about programming language, and this year onwards we have just started the neuroscience. Student needs to know what is happening in the outside world. Trust me, today's students coming out of the school and colleges, they don't know about AI, they don't know about programming, they don't know about robotics. Do you really think their job orientation is going to be really on the hard side, being an employee or being an entrepreneur? They need to be engaged. So their engagement has to be as per the current trend. Today, whatever job is relevant, 5 years down the line, it will become redundant. Right? So we need to upgrade ourselves. So automatically we go into the next part. This is the very basic structure of education that we are talking about. I've already discussed about class 1 to 12. Mechanics, electronics, artificial will be common for everyone. 4, 5, we are talking about 3D pen. We are talking about 3D printer for 9, 10, 11, 12. Right? And there are a lot of value additions that we are talking about. Career specific education for 9, 10, 11, 12. AI in conjunction with machine learning, deep learning, data science. Then we are talking about virtual reality. Think about any movie, think about any visuals, think about any commercial which doesn't have VFX, which doesn't have computer graphic imaging. Everywhere it is there, right? But we are getting impacted on a real-time basis. We will give the basic understanding how it works. Then we go into the career counseling part, where we are actually letting the students know what they are capable of. Are we saying that, okay, my name is Subir, hello Subir, you are good at this, go ahead and take this job or go ahead with this kind of career? No. Intelligence is something where you have to come back and say that, okay, this is something which I don't do by brain, I do by heart. If you choose those kind of career where it gives you happiness, that's the career that you have to look for. Those kind of career counseling we are talking about. Word PPT Excel is something which is the fundamentals of anything. Drafting a letter and using it in the MS Word, creating a presentation, working with numbers. All the data scientists that we are talking about, they know the basics of Microsoft Excel. We are also talking about neuroscience, robotics, which I have just shown you the small slide. And last but not the least, the aerodynamics. Do you have some of the aerodynamics? You can just play a small drone, which my team member, Mr. Suraj, is going to just play a small one. It looks a very tiny one, but it's a drone. It's a very natural one. But imagine a small kid of class 6, 7, 8 creating it and showcasing it to you. The sense of achievement in the mind of that young mind, the sense of achievement, the sense of happiness, it will really give them a huge amount of pleasure. Thank you, Suraj. Okay, so what are the commitments that we have? We will sit with this school before we go ahead and implement the curriculum, right? You might be having an ICC based school, you are a CBSE based school, you are a state based school. So every school has its own preference in terms of, okay, one school can come back and say that, okay, we don't want Java, we only want Python to be introduced in all the students. We will restructure all the projects, all the curriculum based on Python. So those kind of customization we will do, right? There's one very important line which is right at the bottom, which is covered behind the chairs. It talks about zero skip session. Come what may, we don't want the students to miss out even a single session, because we are committing 30 to 35 sessions annually, which means approximately 4 sessions every month, moving the holidays. Students should not miss even a single session. That's what our commitment is. Some of the achievements, Scottish Public School, which is there in Katia, it stood first in the Eastern region. They were the Eastern region champions in the World Robotic Olympiad, and they were silver medalists at the national level. Trust me, there are a lot of schools from the metropolitan who really fought to go to that level. But a school from Katihar has achieved that. So that's what their achievement has been. Some of the other achievements are also there. You can see the name of the places. Purnia, Panihati, Katihar, all these places, they are not metropolitan places. Please understand this. Today's kids are well versed, well accessible to the newest trends, the technologies that is coming up. Some of the premium labs that we are talking about, just to give you a brief look and feel so that you understand what kind of labs with infrastructure we are talking about. It can be of anything, right? The first one was from Pune, this is from Calcutta, this is again from Pune. This is Kalimpong, by the way, this is the newest of the lot, in the hills. This is KPS Dragon, this is the budget segment, where you can say that, okay, I have limited budget, so let us still go ahead and ensure that students are given the opportunity. This is again Barakpur, Kolkata. This is Raiganj, right? So the other kind of lab setups that we are talking about, we sincerely appreciate that we have been given the opportunity. I'm not going to extend much, though I have been compromised with 15 to 20 seconds, but still I will try to wrap it up in one time. I hope I have been able to connect the dots for which I have been brought up out here. Our stall is right outside. You can come over to our counter and have a look at all the projects that the students have made, right? This faculties have been there, they have been guiding, they have been mentoring. We'll be really love to have you come at our counter and we'll be sharing our thoughts. Thank you so much.